Hey guys, this is a bit of a long video, so I thought I'd go ahead and let you guys know about a few things real quick. First off, this video is in two parts. The first part that you guys are about to see is my overall reactions to the questline, and the second part is the overall theory, or I guess in this case a hypothesis, I have for Akagi. If you are only interested in the hypothesis, then the timecode on the screen right now is what you should move to, so that way you can see that. If not, then enjoy the video. Alright everybody, so a lot of you have been telling me that Akagi really isn't Yandere. I'm a bit worried about that, considering, well, that's hard for me to believe. Stay back, you Yandere. Nonetheless, I'm gonna go ahead and take this little video and really kind of dive into that aspect of things and see what really, well, is it really true that she's not Yandere? Is it not? Let's find out. Alright, Red Spider Lily's Love, the Secretary in Red. Port Office. I brought the documents you'll need for your next meeting, Commander. Yes, I've left them there as usual. Please go over them when you have the time. Alright. That said, I've already examined them very thoroughly, of course. You don't even need to inspect any silly paperwork. I can deal with anything you wish. I mean, if I'm gonna have a meeting, I kinda need to know what the meeting's about. You know, it doesn't make much sense when you think about it. So, yeah, I'm gonna look at it regardless of you saying I don't need to look at it. Ah, it must be because you're worried about overworking me. You make me feel so happy, Commander. I didn't tell you to thoroughly read the documents, but I got nothing. I got nothing. Knock knock. Okay, who's there? Oh, hi, Enterprise. Commander, I'm here to report on the exercises we had a while back. Ah, it's you, Enterprise. Why are you in your swimsuit? When did you become a quick change expert? Why are you in your swimsuit? What? Oh, it's you, Akagi. Akagi gently clenched her fist. Suddenly, the mood in the office was getting tense. Watch Akagi to see what she'll do. I don't think I want to see what she's gonna do. I'm worried about it, so I'm gonna try to soften the mood a little. Commander, Enterprise, seeing as we're on the same side now, if you're here to report to the Commander, then would you please get on with it? Wow, Akagi. Wow. Yeah, no need to tell me. Jeez. That's all I've got. I don't want to overstay my welcome, so I'll be taking my leave now. Alright, see you, Enterprise. Thud. Oof. Phew. Commander, you need not worry. Despite my reputation, I know how to keep my private and work life separate. I would never do anything that might disrupt your work. You changed into a swimsuit. How? First off, how? Secondly, why? Actually, I think I know the answer to the second one, and I don't want to think about it. And if I do think about it, and if she actually does it, I'm going to get a spray bottle. And thirdly, sorry, what she got you? I don't think I'm going to be able to animate that at all. I wish I could, though. Right, Akagi will deal with the pest later and make you mine, but here in the office, I will stay calm, okay? I swear to God, if you do anything to Enterprise, I will retire you immediately. Don't make me do it. I'll do it. Don't make me. Oh God, the Unraveled Legends. Okay. New exercise area. Ooh, music. Have I heard this before? I don't remember ever hearing this at all. Maybe it's an event like dialogue, not music, because I've never heard this. The sounds of planes swooping through the air intermingles with the sounds of ships being bombed and subsequently exploding. Well, that seems about right, actually. Pant. Don't you think she's being a lot stricter than usual today? She is. I wonder if something happened to upset Akagi. It's been a long time since we've had a joint exercise this intense. It's tough, but if we can overcome this, we'll be closer to matching our seniors in strength. Wait. Shokaku, are you okay? Bad seniors, bad seniors, bad seniors, bad seniors, bad seniors, bad seniors. Shokaku, are you okay? What are they doing? Did they break Shokaku? Oh no. I'm just imagining, like, they're all busy having a conversation and Shokaku's over there just angry duding with the flute. Like that one gif. Oh god. Don't waste your energy on chatter. Akagi is dead serious today. Stay focused or you'll learn how she got her nickname. Which nickname? I know she has one. It's like something. It's red something. I forget what it was. I'll look it up later, guys. You don't need to tell me. I'll look it up. Don't worry. I'll make sure. I'll check for myself. You wish you were on hell. Still, why did she arrange these joint exercises on such short notice? Do you know anything, Kaga? I don't know the full story either, but apparently the Eagle Union got better results than we did during an exercise a while ago. Oh, so I mean, I guess it makes sense they are competitive. Akagi's always been that kind of competitive kind of character. Akagi was giving it everything she had, too. Enough talk. It's time for you to amuse me. Cackling. What? Is that the best you can do? And you call yourselves part of the Sakura Empire's carrier divisions? Oh, you're here, Commander. You've seen the unsightly side of me. I beg your forgiveness. No, I've seen a lot more unsightly things than this. At least, as long as you don't... I mean, you've already broken Shokaku. I'm worried about the other three. Don't do anything that's gonna make me want to do something about it. That also may involve a spray bottle. Or 3. But please listen, this is not because I bear a personal grudge. I'm doing this for the 1st Carrier Division's sake, or rather the Sakura Empire's sake. Okay. It's because of hard work like this that we used to be known as the unrivaled ones in the war. Akagi, everyone's lined up in the Commander. And Commander, they might not look like much, but they're giving it everything they have and then some for this exercise. Don't feel bad for them. I mean, I'm probably going to if Shokaku's already broken. Now then. Commander, I must resume the joint exercise. If you wish to watch us, then please have a seat over here. Giggle. Jeez. Poor Shokaku. Jeez. Love rivals and exceptions? I mean, I can understand she just hates everybody else and wants to make us hers, but exceptions? Noon, shopping district. Oh, how wonderful. I get to spend my day off shopping with you, Commander. Oh, God. How many spray bottles did I bring with me? Akagi was cheerfully swinging around her shopping bag as she walked alongside me. Are you tired, Commander? Please, you're only human. You needn't pretend to be stronger than you are. I will carry your bags for you. Thank you, I guess? After saying that, Akagi took the shopping bags out of my hands. Actually, since she had brought it up, I might be a bit tired mentally speaking. What did she do to us? Why am I scared? Giggle. You filthy little insect. Are you trying to steal the Commander from Akagi? That will be the last mistake you ever... Commander, why are you stopping Akagi? Because I don't want you hurting anybody. They're your allies, dang it. Don't make me get the spray bottle. You just scared at that girl, didn't you? Why won't you stare at Akagi? Akagi thought we were supposed to be shopping together. Are you saying that girl has seduced you? Akagi will have to dispose of her later. Don't. Stop. Also, who are you even talking about? What girl am I looking at here? I mean, if we're at the naval base, there's like 300 of them. Plus, I also make sure they're all okay. I don't actually even know what the context of me staring at them is for, actually. Tight that range is behind this. Okay, Akagi will one day Akagi will end her. Yeah. Akagi swears it. Oh god. I'm with Akagi and Taiho's tailing us. I don't know how to feel about this. It was nothing, Commander. Please keep your eyes on Akagi and don't look behind you. Look, if I'm scared for my life, I'm going to look behind me. If that is where the threat is, I guess I should put it that way. Oh god. I don't like this. There's Taiho and Akagi now. I'm scared. Oh, hi, Kaga. Hello, bootleg. Oh. Didn't she say... I was thinking, like, for a second my mind thought bootleg or something, but didn't she call her something like this in Crimson Echoes? Akagi, I suppose you're shopping with the commander. Would you care to join us? I'm sorry, I'll pass. It's your day off with the commander, and I wouldn't want to be in a third wheel. Well, that's nice of you. No, don't worry about that. I'm fine sharing the commander with you. You certainly don't mind either, right, Commander? If she's a bit more stable-minded, then yeah, sure. I don't see any problem with that. Also, she's not as... well... she's not like you. Well, not fully, but... that's besides... never mind. Akagi forcefully drew Kaga by the hand over to my side. Akagi, I would much rather not. I'm sorry, Kaga. I'm sorry. And so, Akagi, Kaga, and I enjoyed our day of peaceful, in some sense anyway, shopping. Oh god, Kaga. I feel so bad. She didn't want any of that. Oh my gosh. Allies and days of old. Okay. One day at an Ironblood Sakura Empire party. Oh, you must be. Graf Zeppelin, how unexpected to find you, of all, at a gathering of this kind. I came on a whim. Besides, someone has to look after the kids. That's why you're here, no? That I cannot deny. Perhaps it's because my design was based on yours. We are similar, just not just in strength, but in these matters as well. I don't think you guys are that similar. I guess the design, yeah, I understand that from the design point of view. So if I remember right, Graf Zeppelin was based off Akagi. Or, yeah. Yes, that's true. I was like, which way was it? Is one of the two. Wait, why am I asking myself that? It's literally right here. Hey everybody, welcome to Oxy0. I am an idiot. Oh god. You simply must fight alongside me next time. Having another Akagi around is reassuring. No, it's not. I mean, for you maybe, but not for me. I'd be terrified. By the way, I was rather taken aback when I heard you joined us instead of that god. True, had I not met the commander, I would likely have stayed with God. It was back in Midway, you and the commander reenacted the legendary battle there. Continuing the war, hurting your allies, and searching for beings with the potential to awaken, all just to get your hands on that abhorrent power. That me, who followed God, whether she's real or not is just a possibility. What? Possibility? Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. We are two sides of the same coin, born of the same stuff. My own existence is also a possibility. I don't know what the possibility is, but okay. The moment I met you in battle, that too was a possibility of sorts, as is my sitting here enjoying a nice cold beer with you. Is she kind of like going into like Doctor Strange kind of stuff where it's like, but because of these specific actions, I am here, instead of elsewhere. Is that what it is? Is that what she's going after? Like no, maybe not Doctor Strange. Maybe it's I forget the name of that guy. God, why do I forget the name of characters? Like superheroes that are involved in that kind of stuff. Crap. All because of the possibility that I met the commander who freed me from the sirens. Yeah, so she is going for that. I think. This possibility was because we actually were... Okay. I get that. That's what the possibilities are based off of. The fact that certain actions took place that led to a specific... Okay. Okay, I think I'm understanding. This is like... I feel like I have an idea what she means, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I'm getting it down correctly. And does the commander know that? The day will come when he understands. Our existence, sanctuary, souls, and the original. Yeah, there will be a day eventually when I do understand all that, I think, maybe. Right, now I'm afraid you've lost me. Oh yeah, don't worry, Graf. I've been lost since the start of this chapter. Seems I've gone and got myself a bit tipsy. That's all it took. Let's take this conversation someplace a bit quieter. Regardless, I'm sure the commander will love me. Oh god. That was so confusing for me. I don't really understand that at all. A small scar. Alright, this is interesting. I guess it started getting into like maybe this is where it makes a turn, I guess? Port Canteen Kitchen. I'm sorry it's come to this. Our designated cook called in sick today. I will make her pay dearly for causing you so much trouble, Commander. I don't think she was causing me trouble, but okay. On second thought, though, I should be thanking her for giving me the chance to cook together with you. Kaka would have simply done everything on her own, so I am the only one who gets to experience this. You look magnificent when you cook, Commander. I can't help but swoon just watching you. I don't know how to feel about this. Are you actually helping me cook, or am I just doing it all? Akagi was staring at me so intently I got distracted and cut my finger. Ow! Ow! Commander, your finger, it's... How could this happen? Did someone tamper with the knife, or are there people in here trying to distract you? I mean, you literally distracted me and I ended up cutting my knife. Or, cutting my knife? What? Cutting my finger. This will not do. I've taken measures to ensure no one can sneak into the office, but I overlooked the canteen as you don't come here often. I don't know how to feel about the fact that you've literally, like, secured the place. I cannot be by your side around the clock, so I'll need to ask someone for help. No, she might use that as an excuse to share your bed. What? I don't know how to feel about that. No, I've got it. I'll just change you to your bed so that we will never be apart. I'll ask Akashi to... No, I'll even make the change myself. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's a small cut. Commander, what do you mean by that? Are you saying you don't need my help? You're not actually considering asking others for help when you have me, are you? It's probably not even that big of a cut. I can't imagine, like, okay, it's not like I, like, cut my finger off. At that point, then I might have to consider something. Judging by how I'm reacting, or how the options were, I don't think it was that big of a cut. It's probably a small little... Maybe not, I don't know. I don't know how big it was, but it's nothing that it's going to be probably bad. Good God. Okay, if you're going to act tough and ignore what Akagi says, then you leave Akagi no choice. Oh God, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Don't make me get the spray bottle out. Oh. And I'm dead. Actually, probably not. I don't know. Then in the blink of an eye, everything went black. I tried to move, and a fluffy sensation ran over my whole body. Is she, like, forcing us to touch fluffy tails? It seems she had enveloped me with her tail. Yep. To prevent me from going anywhere. So she just... Is this, like... I'm not sure if this is, like... I'm just trying to figure out how she did this. I guess maybe she can move her... She can control her tails? I don't know. Don't even think about running away. No matter what you believe, nobody loves you more than Akagi does. Okay. Trapped inside her massive tails, Akagi and I were alone. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm a little worried. Confession in the dark. Oh God. All you had to do was listen to Akagi. It's not a good idea to make Akagi sad. Because when you do, this happens. Akagi crept closer to me as she spoke. Then... And she's licking us. Great. That's scary. What? Yep. You nailed it, Yostar. Good job. You didn't break my immersion. You got it right. Akagi put my bleeding finger into her mouth. All right. I would never ever hurt you, Commander. Even if it made an enemy of me. Even if you made an enemy of me, I wouldn't. However, when you've been hurt... Only I am allowed to care for you. You must understand there are some things only I can do. Not anybody else, not even Kaga. Okay. The tip of my finger felt vaguely chilly. You needn't think about or do anything. I will take care of everything for you. I did not read the period there. Commander, close your eyes and leave everything to me. No matter how many times I've heard her say that many times before, I could feel the seriousness in her tone. Close your eyes. Tell Akagi want her to depend on you. I'm gonna do the latter one. You mean you'll depend on me and I'll depend on you? That's how you should be. Strength isn't always just... I feel like she has a hard time understanding what allies are. Does she think, like... I'm beginning to wonder if she just thinks, like, strength to her... Because she always talked about, like, being... Well, her and Kaga were, like, both that way in Crimson Echoes, weren't they? Both kind of, like, wanting that kind of power hunger thing. I don't know. But really, she should be doing this way, because she's got allies. She should be relying on them as much as, you know, they rely on her. That's how, you know, allies in war are. Which means you want to care for me too? Is that it? I mean, yeah. If you're in my fleet, or if you're in my base, you're going to be an ally. Nod. Oh, Commander. Oh. Keki, hold me tight. My soulmate. Oh boy. I wanted to save the people I care about. It was for the sake of those I couldn't save, and to go beyond the barrier of my memories. Barrier of your memories. And to do that, I would do anything, even if it meant asking God for help. But now that is all in the past, because now I've found my soulmate, I found the person I was destined to be with. Okay. I felt a kiss on my cheek, then woke up. Apparently I had fallen asleep in Akagi's lap. I mean, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would probably pass out after the significant amount of touch fluffy tails that just happened. Commander, did you sleep well? Dear me, for you to fall asleep like that, you must have been feeling very worn out lately. I didn't do anything while you were asleep. As long as you accept me, I'm happy. I feel like these two sentences shouldn't be together. If you say you don't wish to look at me, then that is fine. If you say you won't be mine, then that too is fine. Ah, so there's the break on the Yandere character right there. All I'm asking is that you never ever forget my love for you, Commander. You really are an incredibly kind person, Commander. Then I could hear people calling out for me. I guess we were kind of missing for a period of time, trapped in some tales here. Of course, we should start heading out. Please look after me, the fleet, and the whole Sakura Empire. She's getting a little soft here. I pray God may watch over you, Commander, the one I was fated to be with. So I realized I should probably sit on this a little bit before I gave my final thoughts. And honestly, I think that was for the best. I will say that this segment will be quite a bit different than what I normally do, but I think it could open for some interesting discussion. Now, the beginning thing for me was trying to figure out why I was so wrong about Akagi. I actually went back a bit through some of Ian's own events as well as the story cutscenes I have just shown to try and understand her better. Honestly, now I think I understand her overall character. And so I'm going to spend this time to kind of share my thoughts and I guess to some degree a hypothesis of sorts. The main reason I'm going to do this is because I don't really see anything on Akagi's secondary questline, well, discussion-wise, regarding what I'm about to mention. Now, I'm going to be upfront when I say this real quick. This is a hypothesis about her overall character and how I see her now. There are more than likely several other pieces from other events that aren't in Ian yet that may either add to this or even completely debunk it. So I will say that this hypothesis is subject to change either by future events or the comment feed below. There is one other thing that I want to mention as well. The story of Azur Lane is inspired by World War II, but it doesn't follow it faithfully. Certain events in the story will reflect aspects of our own history, but there are several diverging points as well. Anyway, the first thing I wanted to try and grasp is why is she so obsessed with us? I'm going to ignore the Yandere-like tendencies for now, as we'll get to them later on. However, I believe the first thing about her obsession with us that I want to point out is in her second to last dialogue scene, where she states, "You must understand there are some things only I can do, not anybody else, not even Kaga. You needn't think about or do anything, I will take care of everything for you." To me, this seems almost as if she's indebted to us, as if we've done something huge for her. But what could we have done? What goal or dream or desire did she have that we could fulfill? I feel that for us to understand this particular aspect, we need to go back and understand the Akagi that was alive, to better understand the Akagi that we have now. Yes, for this part, we're telling the tale of two Akagis. While this story will also dive a bit into Kaga, our main focus will be Akagi, as we dive into the established lore. Our story starts in Crimson Echoes, where Akagi is considered a battle cruiser at this time along with her sister ship Amagi. As we know from our time with the story, Akagi didn't really get along with Kaga, who was also a battleship at this time. What's particularly interesting about both of them is that they both have the same desire to become strong. Amagi worries about this particular trait in Akagi in one of our many conversations. Well, I might have been a little too lenient with her. Too lenient? I think she's incredibly strong. She may be strong, but if she can't control her strength, I suppose it's fine if everything goes well, but if it does not. Amagi understands that while Akagi is a strong ship, she fears that she doesn't understand her limits. This could lead to her making rash or poorly thought out decisions. Now, Kaga suffered from this same flaw as well. She had this understanding of strength and strived to reach it at all costs. As we know later in the story, Nagato announces that there will be a change to the Sakura Empire's naval strength based on an agreement with other factions. This agreement coincides with our history's Washington Naval Treaty, signed in February 6, 1922, which was agreed upon as a means to prevent an arms race among the nations that were involved. Anyway, due to this treaty, two large capital ships were to be converted to carriers. Originally, Akagi and Amagi were to be the future aircraft carriers, and Kaga was to be decommissioned. However, we know that this ended up being Akagi and Kaga, and this decision affected both of them as the story goes on. Akagi questioned whether or not that she would be strong with this change that she was about to undergo. Meanwhile, Kaga was willing to get herself killed rather than convert into something as weak and pathetic as a carrier. As Crimson Echoes ends, we learn that Nagato will eventually appoint Kaga as the combined fleet's next flagship, and that Kaga will replace Amagi. As Amagi mentions, the 1st Carrier Division will soon take the reins of the Sakura Empire and protect its future. But this does not happen immediately. Nagato does not give control over to them for some time. It is at this particular point in time that I believe the Sirens interacted with Akagi and Kaga. They probably knew of this transfer of power and sought to act on it. I am certain that an agreement was made here to work with the Sirens, but why? The Sirens were seen as the enemy of the Azur Lane, so why work with them? I believe that the answer comes from our Akagi during our questline. Continuing the war, hurting your allies, and searching for beings with the potential to awaken, all just to get your hands on that abhorrent power. As we've mentioned already, both Akagi and Kaga yearn for power and strength. They want to become stronger as time goes on. Their desire for this is what I believe led to their willingness to work with the Sirens. It might have been during a time of desperation that they were willing to let the ends justify the means for the people of their empire. So they made a decision that would stain the Sakura Empire's image. A decision that Kaga wonders if Amagi would have done the same. After this deal was made, I believe Akagi and Kaga discussed with Nagato about an attack on Azur Lane. Nagato is hesitant, believing that this will cause significant loss of life. Akagi responds with the following line. The force known as change requires tribute in the form of souls, and it's thanks to change that the world can move forward. I'm sure you know this fact very well. What's interesting is this statement, I believe, hides a second meaning in it. One that makes sense when you take everything into consideration. To Nagato, the tribute seems to mean casualties of war. However, when we consider the events of Visitors Died in Red, this tribute could mean something else. In that event, Akagi mentions this. An exquisite sacrifice is needed so that the Creator will continue gracing us with his blessings. But what are these blessings? Well, later in that same event, she reveals it to us. We are what you see. In this sanctuary bestowed upon us by the Creator, we wield unlimited power. That is, as long as we continue sacrificing exquisite souls. This power is the strength that Kaga and Akagi longed for all along. This is what drove them to discuss an attack on Azur Lane with Nagato. Nagato knew that this was what the future leaders decided on. Hesitantly, Nagato gives Akagi and Kaga the signal to attack. Now this scene is iconic in our history, as this was known as the famous signal that led to the attack on Pearl Harbor, or in Azur Lane, the events of Chapter 1. As time goes on, Akagi and Kaga experience a string of victories. They gain their reputation as the unrivaled ones. This ego, I feel, fuels their greed and lust for power. They begin to believe that because God's watching them, they would be the masters of the waters. They continued to fight with Azur Lane and believed that they would persevere. But it was not until the Battle of Midway where the 5 minutes of fate would show them how the future would be for Akagi and Kaga. It is here where I believe Akagi and Kaga from the stories took their final breaths. At this point in time, our Akagi mentions that we freed her from the sirens. Had we not encountered her at Midway, she might still be working with the sirens. However, what comes strange to me is how our Akagi came to be. I am more than certain that the previous versions both fell at the Battle of Midway, so how exactly did we manage to acquire the ones that we have at our base? My theory is that we recovered what remained of them and rebuilt them to the best of our ability. Our Akagi is the same as the previous version, but lacks a lot of memories from recent events. She remembers her earlier years, but mentions that she has a barrier in her memories. This could be that she only knows what the original her has done through what she's been told. In her conversation with Graf Zeppelin during a cutscene, she expresses some uncertainty in the events prior to her existence. That me who followed God, whether she's real or not, is just a possibility. A possibility? We are two sides of the same coin, born of the same stuff. My own existence is also a possibility. The way this dialogue mentions the original Akagi suggests this very thing, that she is now the second Akagi. And as I've concluded, the originals fell at Midway, and the versions we have are the rebuilt ones from said fight by us. But what does all this have to do with her behavior towards us? Well, I think this line from her secondary quest line provides the answer. I am led to believe that our Akagi has realized that her actions have caused a lot of trouble, not just for her own people, but for the entirety of Azur Lane. In a sense, she feels guilty because her image has been stained due to her greed and lust for power. She's scared because of how everyone views her. I mean, Azur Lane marked her as an enemy for attacking them, and the reformed Sakura Empire sees her as traitors. She has no one to go to. She hopes that we are willing to accept her because she fears the rest of the world wants nothing to do with her. She wants a second chance, to let her get stronger, but this time by walking on the right side of the path to do so. Of course, as most of us do, we keep her in our ranks. We level her, spend resources on her, and help her become stronger. As time passes, she sees us as a source of power for her. One that can help her gain the strength she seeks. We become an object of interest for her as we continue to seek success in our own career. Because we were willing to accept her despite her past, this obsession of hers turns into affection. She's thankful because we were willing to give her a second chance, and that we were able to help her become stronger. She falls for us because we were kind enough to do this for her. This is why she feels indebted to us. Our Akagi came into the world that knew her as a traitor, as an enemy. Yet we were willing to believe in her despite that past. Because of this, she becomes incredibly loyal and willing to do whatever she can to help us. Now, we can tell her in the quest line to depend on us, and this is something that she does take to heart, and she believes that we are capable of doing the very task that Kaga and her were given. Now, for some of you, this quote might seem strange given her behavior around other ships. She comes off as Yandere in that regard. Well, I don't believe she is. Sure, she has fallen in love with us, but there's one major point that conflicts with the Yandere personality. She understands that while she may have feelings for us, those feelings may not be mutual. This is a major indicator that she really isn't yandere. She's just obsessed with us and honestly a bit needy. But even then, why would she say the various lines she has? Well, there are some arguments here. See, part of Akagi's desire for power leads to her having a competitive nature. She constantly compares herself to others and will adjust based on those comparisons. This is something that is shown in the second cutscene of her questline, where she holds a training exercise after hearing about the Eagle results. Her competitive nature leads her to have rivalries that are less than friendly. Which brings up another point. She does constantly want us to watch her and see the full might she can bring. I believe that her attention-seeking behavior is because she wants us to see that she is not taking this second chance for granted. She feels the need to prove to us that our trust and faith in her has not gone to waste. Now, Akagi also has a territorial nature to her. She has a few lines that come off as if she wants to be with us around the clock. Now, there's a few reasons I can understand this particular behavior of hers. The first could simply be her animalistic nature. The second could be related to how she views us. To her, we are one that gave her the second chance. The one who has helped her become stronger without resorting to the atrocities that her previous version committed. In her eyes, we could be critical to the future of both herself and the Sakura Empire. When we cut our finger in her questline, she reacts this way. If something were to happen to us, she wouldn't know what to do afterwards. She might not believe that she can accomplish her goal without us. So she protects us because we are that important to her. So this territorial aspect could be that she's overprotective of us. And she believes that this is something that she can only do. And this, I believe, is the story of Akagi. A ship girl whose own weaknesses were exploited and caused her to commit such atrocities to her own people. One who was freed from the sirens and given a wake-up call. A ship girl who is so thankful for being given a second chance to prove herself that she feels it's necessary to do everything she can for us. A ship girl who fell for her commander because of everything they've done for her. One girl who would do anything for us, just to remind us that Hey everyone, I just wanted to say thanks for sticking around for this whole video. I know it's significantly longer than most videos I do. However, I felt that this was worth it as I learned a lot about the lore behind the game, which of course surprised me. I know that this took a lot longer than I expected, but I had to make sure that everything was correct for this hypothesis surrounding our Akagi. But now that we've reached here, what do you all think? Do you all agree, or is this hard to believe? At first, this definitely was for me, at least. But feel free to let me know what you think in the comments below. If you guys would like more lore videos, I can definitely consider them. Well, of course, I currently have a larger significant series to take care of, and that has precedence over the lore videos at this point in time. And speaking of time, it's not exactly on my side. But anyway, this lore dive was fun for me regardless, and I've realized that this game's story is orders of magnitude, well, more complicated than I thought. But regardless of which, whether you made it this far or not, I hope you enjoyed this video. Whether you are a regular viewer or a patron supporting the channel on Patreon, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video or livestream that I do. I'll see you guys all very soon. And I'll end with this. I don't believe Akagi and Kaga are done with this story yet. As, well, I think we're not the only ones with a pair of Akagi and Kaga. And as such, I believe this story is just getting started.